successful marketing through Facebook?
Successful marketing through Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Olivia and Zoe, please do what I asked you to do. Thank you. Who's barbecuing this weekend?
Not myself.
Libby, how about you?
No, the hubby has to work this weekend, so I have this lady that's gonna cook me
Close that door back.
on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
She
while
gonna
he
cook
works.
for you?
She's gonna
She a
cook
private
for me.
chef?
No, I think she's an aspiring chef.
Nice. You
Nothing
get her
wrong
before
with
she
that.
gets expensive.
I know it, right? Get in on the ground floor.
That's awesome.
Hello, Miss Stacy.
Is that
Hi,
Stacy?
sorry.
Stacy? Is that black diamond brisket, Stacy?
I mean, can I just get like a diamond brisket? Because, you know, I don't know if the black diamond's going to happen. How about,
They
I'm
make
trying to think
diamond.
of what
They make diamond chicken breast.
diamond thighs?
Diamond chicken breast.
Oh, God. If you have some diamond dark meat thighs, that's what you get.
There you go. That's what it is. The diamond dark meat.
Oh, my God.
And you know what? I'm gonna sweeten the deal too. I'm gonna throw in a bourbon glaze on the dang thing, make it pop off. It's everything.
Did I miss something here? Is there a contest going on? Hello, everybody.
Michelle, are you a contestant?
In what? It depends. I'm a contestant in anything. I'll try anything once. And if I like it, I'll do it
brisket for the biscuit.
And what?
It's a brisket and a biscuit.
Oh, heck yeah. I can smoke some mean brisket, let me tell you.
Hello, Miss Samantha. Everybody, welcome Samantha. Today is day one as a consultant.
Hello.
Hello. Andre, have you ever smoked pizza before? You should try it. It's delish.
I've heard so much about it, but I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you gotta. Your family's gonna love you for it. There's no grease involved. The cheese just cooks so well. Oh, it's
man.
the best.
I haven't had many pizzas that I didn't like, so I can understand. And I haven't had many things off of the smoker that I didn't like either. So I'm pretty sure it's a good combo.
Absolutely. Had to throw that out there.
I'm with it.
So yesterday, Samantha joined us as a guest in our Zoom, and today she is a consultant. So congratulations. Samantha, for making that leap.
Congratulations. Whoop, whoop.
Welcome.
Today we're in my living room, not my bedroom. So
hey, as long as you're here, that's all that matters. We appreciate all you guys for coming in. Make sure you tag your downlines and your sidelines, your friends, and get everybody in here. Today we're going to talk about social marketing on Facebook.
and that was the other thing. I tried to get me a recruit today.
Well, there you go. That's a good way to start.
I'm gonna keep working her.
Hitting the ground running.
Yep.
Right. So I just wanted to apologize to Chris really quick for cutting out so quick last night. I regret it. I missed a lot of good info. I had an emergency. I was driving home from work and I ran over some pipes and they flew up and broke my window and flattened my tire. So.
Well, then I definitely understand.
You know what's crazy about that is just the other day, I was driving down the street with a buddy of mine, and there was a whole bunch of pipes just in the middle of the street. I didn't even tell you about this. They're just in the middle of the road. just like you said, these would happen to be plastic though, but they look like metal, and we didn't know, so we swerved around them, and then we pulled over and picked them up and just got them out of the road so that nobody caused an accident. But somebody just dropped them off their truck and left them there. That's crazy.
Wow. May not have even known they fell off.
They may not have, but I don't see how. It was a lot of them.
Libby, hun, you're still, I'm getting a bad echo from you still, hun. Can you go ahead and mute until you need to speak and then go ahead and unmute it?
Sure. If I can figure out how, I will mute it.
If you tap your screen down in the bottom lower left-hand corner, it should say mute.
Also, Chris, you have the ability to mute all.
Yeah, I just prefer them. I want to make sure they know how to mute and unmute, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I clicked it and it said something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay, I'll go ahead and mute you from my end. But down at the bottom, there's a reactions button. If you need to speak, hit the reactions button and raise your hand for me, okay?
Okay, yes, I will.
All right. All right, hopefully that helps. No, I'm still hearing myself as an echo. Weird.
I'm hearing you as an echo as well.
Chris, do you have two on?
I figured it out. I figured it out. Usually I have to mute my computer one as well. And I did muted it earlier, but it must have unmuted me somehow. So I was talking to myself twice.
Oh, yay.
So now we got that resolved. We're good. We're good to go.
Resolution.
Definitely, definitely. It takes a little bit of brain power. No wonder why it took me a minute. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get on the topic here so that we don't take too long for you guys. I know, you know, as much as I appreciate you guys coming into these, I don't want to take any more of your time than necessary. So we have this 8-hour marathon going on for Memorial Day weekend, right? Is that what it is? Memorial Day?
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, already, I think we already have a few less people in here than normal because people are out there hustling, doing their lives. And I want you to be able to get out there too. So we're going to talk about tips for successful marketing through Facebook today. And it's something that we talk about quite often, but I want to put a different perspective on it. Something that will help you. You know, we talk about Facebook algorithms and things to help and get engagement. But these things here are a little bit more personable to you. And it's how to market yourself through Facebook rather than just the product itself. So to market your business successfully on Facebook, you need to understand Facebook's unique opportunities and how it differs from other media. Just as you wouldn't run a radio on a television or run a radio ad on a television, you wouldn't want to market and other on Facebook in a way that you could project yourself the way you'd market in like a magazine or on a website. So don't use Facebook for the hard sell. People regard Facebook as a fun social place where they can chat to friends, check out photos, videos, just kind of relax. It's not necessarily meant to be a place of work, okay? So you need to join in on conversations. You need to become part of the community. Rather than just trying to sell your paparazzi bling out there, you need to aggressively socially communicate with people, and you need to build relationships with people more than you need to sell your jewelry, because your jewelry sells itself. You selling yourself is where it's going to go hand in hand, and you're going to get more viewers, more sales. Does that make sense? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like, it ties into something that like I had to get used to, and Marissa's really good at. She does her own thing because she's very good at building those relationships. Me, I'm just gung-ho. Get at everybody. Get at you, get at you, get at you, get at you, get at you. And then, you know, blah, blah, blah. But she builds those relationships with people, and she does it really well. And, you know, next thing you know, they're asking her to sign up.
Well, and I will agree with that. I see, you know, like I don't know if anybody, when I go and see somebody's made comments, like there's people on my team and there's people on other teams. Like, you don't know how often I go to comment on somebody's post and Marissa has already commented or had been there, you know, and it's always cheery, festive, and it's not even necessarily about work. A lot of times it's just doing exactly that, just communicating, just talking, and just building that rapport with people.
And that's
you
a
want to have
approach
that
usually.
rapport before you could turn around and sell a product, right? People want to trust the cook before they just go order the burger, unless you're going to someplace that you know what I'm saying. You've
Yes,
got to be able
sir.
to trust the person with your food. If you hear somebody's bad with their food or bad, if you walk into a Burger King, for so to speak, and the place isn't very clean, I doubt you're going to want to eat there.
Facts.
So we need to have a clear goal and a strategy. It's important to have a clear goal for using Facebook and a strategy to achieve the goal. For example, selling bling, right? We might decide that it's our goal to increase sales generated by Facebook by, say, 10% in the next 6 months. Well, our business, we encourage you to grow like 70% through Facebook, and then do all the other things on the side as a way to kind of like sustain your growth, sustain your sales, right? Facebook is definitely one of the easiest ways for us to sell our products. So their strategy could include like create a post every morning featuring, say, a special of the day, right? Take your favorite pieces and with an outfit and lay that outfit on a nice made bed and put the pants with a shirt and a necklace and a bracelet and earrings together. Stacy, she's been real good at doing like mannequins and being able to put her jewelry of the day out there like that.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to track your customers and see who's looking at what and what people are liking and what they're not liking.
Yeah, she's really good with that too.
She is. She just left, so don't know. Posting a daily photo featuring a customer who's your jewelry king or queen, right? If you got, we do it Wear It Wednesday, but there's nothing wrong with posting to somebody that had just recently bought jewelry from you and saying, hey, do me a favor today and post yourself do a selfie of yourself wearing some of the jewelry and tag me in it. A lot of people will do that for you.
Yeah.
And that right there is 2 business related posts that are something that you could do every single day. And it's kind of like people look for that. If somebody's posting something like that every day, and then the one day that they're not, it makes them like look for it. Like, what happened? You didn't post a nice picture today. You didn't post an outfit for me to consider. Right?
Yeah, they look forward to those things, just like they look forward to when we have schedules for our lives. They look forward to that too. It's kind of like their thing, you know what I mean? Like I find it like you know how your mama used to say, "Oh, my program is coming on." I don't know if your mama said that, but my show is coming on, or my program, and they know it's coming on. It's 7:30. They know 7:30, and so they be making sure they're there and waiting for it. So when you don't,
That was mostly my grandma.
Yeah, my grandma too, my auntie. Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
Oh yeah. My mom, she watched her soap operas. So she watched Young and the Restless and All My Children,
General Hospital,
and One Life to Live. Those are the ones that she lived. She watched all of those.
Yep, and it doesn't even we're talking about TV right now, but even how many of y'all have heard of the Casey Kasem Top 40 that only played every weekend? Right?
Yes.
That's just like
remember that.
You know what?
That's it on Saturday mornings on 99.9 on the radio. They still have it.
Yeah, that's just like Sunday night slow jams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Saturday morning cartoons back in the day.
Oh,
my favorite.
With cereal.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Saturdays were the business because you couldn't watch cartoons through the week.
No.
Unless it was right after school. Right after
kids
school.
Don't know. These kids don't know nothing about that life.
I tell my kids that all the time.
I think Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon killed our kids.
It did. Because they got too much of anything is a bad thing, right? But they get too much cartoons.
Nope. And then now look what's going on with Looney Tunes and Scooby Doo. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible thing, you know?
I don't know what's going on with that, but
you and me both. So encouraging users to post their own photos of them wearing their jewelry is a plus, right? Because let me tell you something that you may or may not know. Now, as a radio DJ, one of the very first things that I learned in the radio business is that when you can communicate to somebody by using their name, it sparks up an interest for them and it makes them feel that they are respected and known, no matter how little they are in your business, right? And so people like recognition. People like to be announced and people like to be addressed. And it doesn't matter where they're at. When you're in a Starbucks, you like hearing, oh, Marissa, your coffee's ready. You know, your name is announced in front of everybody. And you like that, regardless of how much coffee you've ordered. You just like hearing your name.
Actually, you just got her excited just by saying Starbucks in her name.
But literally, like, people like to be addressed and announced. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't necessarily like to be put on the spot. But if somebody's giving you a picture of them wearing their jewelry and you say, wow, look how amazing this person looks today, you know, and you kind of put that out there, and then all of their friends are seeing it on your page. That's what's important. All of their friends are now seeing her posted on your page. And so now you can see that some of her friends are coming and liking your page, and you're going to see that there's a lot of people commenting on that post that you don't even know. You don't even know any of those people because they're all coming from people that she's friended. Yeah. That's the social networking that we're talking about. That's the marketing. But now you're marketing through other people that have the same common interests, right? Facebook spends millions and millions and millions of dollars on their ability to put people with product and things that they like. That's why you get these advertisements. Have you guys ever been like just casually talking to somebody about, say, Chili's, and then the next day you get these feeds that are saying, hey, come to Chili's? They're listening.
Message.
Yep. I'm telling you, that's what you want. You want people to see, you want other people to see you, right? That's the whole point of this. That's why when I keep telling you guys, not only do we sell jewelry here, but you want to be an influencer. You need to be an influencer in this. You need to consider ways to put yourself out there and let other people attract to you, because you need to sell yourself. The jewelry does it on its own, right? So the more people you get coming into your Facebook page that aren't even a friend of yours, right? If they start seeing that you've posted this person's picture on their page more than once, or, you know, they start getting familiar with you, those are people that you can easily go and friend, you know. And if you've seen those people on, let's just say I posted a picture of Mary and her jewelry on my page, and then I see that 20 to 25 of Mary's friends come on my page, you can always take a look at those people's pages and see who they are, and maybe make a comment on something that they have, and then build a relationship with some of those people and become friends, right?
Right.
Hi, so Angie. I do that.
Yes, often. Hello, Angie.
Hi, friends. Well,
Angie, we're talking about social marketing on Facebook.
Hey, so I just got done doing a live after my live, and it was a cooking show. So I think I'm kind of getting the hang of this.
I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Hey, you gotta hop on my page, brother. Hey,
what did you make?
Made chili beans.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna watch it. It's really good. I love cooking, so I'm kind of implementing that, and so I'm either doing like little comic hours or cooking shows and implementing those into my.
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something else. That's so smart, and this ties right into what Chris is talking about in different levels of marketing, because that you're not selling any jewelry, so you can share it everywhere.
Yeah.
So when you're tying those kind of lives in, then you're tying in opportunity lives, and then you go live. People don't know what to expect, so you're gonna get more customers on your regular lives.
They don't know. They don't know.
No.
So that would be cool. So
That's gonna be
yeah,
awesome.
are you saying to go and share this cooking live to like other places?
Heck yeah.
You could, no doubt.
Because if you're not selling jewelry, you're allowed to share it everywhere.
Let me give you
Facebook Marketplace, you can sell it everywhere.
Oh, I got you.
Share it everywhere.
The cooking show or whatever.
Yes, any group that you're in, anything, because you're not selling.
Yeah.
Let me give you another little tip on this, Angie. So if while you're cooking, if you're in your kitchen or whatever, right, and you got, say you have a couple paparazzi boxes on the end of your counter when you're cooking. No, I'm telling you, I'm being serious about this.
That's awesome.
People will ask you, what's that pink box on the counter? What's that pink box on the counter? And then while you're cooking, you can say, oh yeah, that's my paparazzi. I sell that for $5. You know, if I have a page, you can feel free to join my page. You don't have to sell it or nothing.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That's smart.
Okay, well, I think I'm getting the hang of it, guys.
Look, I'm going to be straight up with you. What I'm planning on doing is I'm a model car guy. I love cars. I love plastic models.
Yeah.
Sarah's now redone my whole living room now to where we sell jewelry in there. I'm seriously going to put me up a craft table, like a little 4x4 craft table.
Love it.
I'm going to build my model cars right there in that room and go live building my cars, talking about my cars. And then that way when people ask me, what's all that stuff hanging in the background? Oh yeah, that's my wife's jewelry.
That's so brilliant. I think we're onto something.
Hey, that's a hell of an idea, Chris. Real talk.
That's
cool.
That's the key that we got to understand, though, is that like we're talking about Facebook algorithms and making posts and all this stuff, but we're not talking about us being ourselves, right? We're not doing the things that's going to attract the other people. Sure, the jewelry's beautiful and it may attract people, but they're looking for us. They want to know what we're doing, how we're doing, what we, and when they see that the jewelry is the reason why we're able to do some of these things, it's all going to tie in together. But it comes together as a package with you being the influencer and the jewelry being the product. And I don't know of any product that will sell the influencer. Why do you think you have people like, Adriana, what's her name? Oh my gosh, Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber's and Michael Jordan's and all these people out there in the world that are influencing and endorsing these products, right? Because they've sold themselves, right? People want what Michael Jordan's got. People want what Justin Bieber's got. People want what Ariana Grande's got. They want to have those things, right? And so when you're putting yourself out there, showing what you're doing and what you've got, people want some of that. And in our case, it's our paparazzi jewelry that people are interested in.
That's true. All good facts.
So what you want to do is set a goal and strategy. It gives you direction for your Facebook marketing and a way to measure your success, right? If you know that this week I've done these key things that have put me out there a little bit more and I've sold a little bit more, then you know what people are interested in, what people aren't interested. Like for Angie, for instance, putting that cooking one up there, she's going to find out that people are going to be interested in it. Not all of them are going to be interested in every single thing that she cooks, but a lot of people are literally wasting their time scrolling Facebook, right? So if you're making something or doing something on Facebook that will attract their attention, they're going to put their time into it. Create a business voice for your business. Facebook users like to talk about other people or talk to other people, not to an impersonal business, right? They want to talk to people, not your business. They're not wanting to, they don't want to speak to your jewelry. They want to talk to you. Whoever manages your Facebook page must be able to write in a voice that sounds real and likable, using a style that suits your business. So what I mean about that is like when you're writing your verbiage and you're writing your posts and you're writing those things, don't try to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to advertise in a way when you aren't necessarily there to advertise. Does that make sense? Like write things in your own words, in your own lingo, in your own jargon, so that people get used to being a part of you and not something that's like staged. Does that make sense? So express things in your own words, not like making like company jargon. Also, you need to post regularly. Unlike traditional media, such as magazines or televisions, radios, things on like that, web pages, social media is built around frequent updates, right? Everything updates. How many times have you scrolled your wall and you go back to it an hour later and there's some things that have changed, but yet there's quite a bit of it that you've already seen before? It's because some things update, and those things that update bump all the rest of the feeds around. Hello, Crystal, welcome. We're talking about social media and Facebook.
Oh, yay.
Hi, Crystal.
Yeah.
Hi, Angie.
So post regularly is key.
What up, Crystal?
So,
how you doing, girl?
Recent Australian research suggests that Facebook users check their page more than 25 times a week. I bet you in America, that we check it 25 times a day. I mean, I'm not even going to lie there. You guys know as well as I do how many times you pick up your phone and you scroll through Facebook. You also know how many times you pick up your phone, you scroll through Facebook, and you're not productive doing it.
I ain't gonna lie, probably more than 20 for me.
Yeah.
How many of you got to the end of it and says, okay, you're all caught up?
Nope.
I do. And then I press that button at the top that says new posts.
Yep.
or refresh.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just truth. It's truth. But here's the thing: how many times are you productively doing something about that while you're on there? Like you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, but are you stopping? Are you posting? Are you commenting? Are you letting people know who you are and what you are?
Hey, on my IG, that's something that I've been working on too as of lately, because it's definitely leaving comments on people's stuff, and not just your homies, like not just your friends, like not just your peoples, but like leaving comments on strangers. I mean, I'm telling you, that stuff adds up after a while, and they see you, and then you start to get follows. People start to follow you, because they just be like, "Wait, who is that?"
It works. It really works. I go through and I do every day. I get a notification of happy birthdays. So I go through, even if I don't know them, like Marissa said, and I'll say, "Oh, happy birthday. I hope all your wishes come true." And then I send them a little message saying, "Have a fabulous birthday," PMing them so that they remember who I am, kind of thing. So it's like a double whammy. And then, I just continue to look at other people's posts, and I'll make a comment on there. So I'm constantly trying to build those algorithms. But a lot of the time when I'm scrolling through, I'm looking back on my posts to see if anybody's commented or if they want to buy it, or so I do that a lot too.
Yeah.
Yep. And trust me, the algorithms are important. We need to know our algorithms, but more importantly, we need people to know us. Right. And so you need to think of like when you do think of algorithms and you put like, oh man, have I been working my algorithms? Like associate algorithms with yourself. Like have I advertised myself to people? Have I put myself out there to let people know who I am? Right? How many of your Facebook users do you think know what your favorite color is, or what your favorite song is, or what your favorite movie is, or your favorite drink of choice? Right? Your personal friends that come over to your house may know that, but I guarantee you the percentage of your Facebook followers don't. So when you are taking that time and you're watching a TV program, right? Why don't you post on there that you're watching Days of Our Lives, right? You guys know you have all these different tools that we can use with Facebook, such as our feelings and our actions and our locations and things like that. You can change that feeling to say, I am watching, Armageddon. I am watching Days of Thunder. you know, you can change, you can make those posts too, which is still encourage people. How many people do you think are going to come back behind that and say, oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite movies, or oh, I love that part when this and this, you know? It's still another way to communicate and bring your status up.
Would you say it would be a good idea to post a questionnaire on there, like whoever guesses my favorite color first gets a free piece of jewelry? Is that okay to do or not?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course it's okay to do if you have the jewelry to support it and you want to give away a free piece. You can have fun with it all you want. There's no problem with that.
Well, what I did today was I took screenshots from my live earlier where I was all done up in red, white, and blue lays and glasses and stuff. I took screenshots and I made a TikTok video and I said, come find me tonight on Facebook. Tell me you're from TikTok for a free piece.
That's a great idea.
Waiting to see if it works, but
I'm so unintelligent when it comes to Instagram. It's the one that I get most frustrated with because I can't even check my messages right on that one. And the TikTok I haven't even begun to try yet. So
right.
TikTok's a whole new game for me. Like it's a whole new thing. Instagram is one thing, but I'm learning that Instagram has different algorithms. Like it's the same kind of a thing with Facebook, but like Andre was saying, like you have to go through and comment to be seen, or you're not going to show up on people's timelines. Like I literally follow probably like 300 people maybe, because I'm not very big on Instagram. I've always been MySpace and Facebook, but when I comment, I see them looking at my story. I see them heart reacting to my stuff or replying back to me. Like I've noticed if I really am intentional about commenting and going back and looking at older people, like not older people, like older friends, and commenting, they become more relevant in my feed. The same thing on Facebook. So on Facebook, there's when you go to your friends, there's a filter, and you can sort it from newest to oldest or oldest to newest. And I go in and I do oldest first, and I'm like, okay, who haven't I seen on my timeline? Who haven't I heard from? And I click their name and I comment on like their most recent post, because I'm not trying to be like a creep, right? I'm not going to comment on something from a week ago because that's just too out there.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
And then I might like, whatever. But like if I comment on it, then guess what? When I go back to my home or whatever on Facebook, there's their post from a week ago that Facebook's now wanting to show me. So I mean, but it makes those people pop up, so you're not seeing the same 20 to 30 people every time you're on Facebook.
Right.
In TikTok, I don't know if it has. I'm sure it does have its own algorithms, because I posted a stupid video yesterday and it has about 1,800
And that wasn't
views.
stupid. That wasn't stupid. It was a good video.
It was just a trend that's going on. It was a trend. It was like,
well, listen, I'm pretty upset because I posted a pretty dope TikTok, right? And my kids, they all laughed at me because I had like 200 views and nobody liked it. Okay. The kids were cracking up laughing at me because everybody was looking at it, but nobody was liking it. I was pretty upset.
Was this on TikTok, Andre?
Yeah, it was.
Oh gosh, I need to get on your TikTok. I want to see what you be doing.
I'm not. You'll see one TikTok.
I like what Marissa's been doing with her TikToks. That's pretty awesome. Is she getting great feedback from that, Andre?
Hey, you getting good feedback over there?
Oh yeah.
She's excited.
I haven't made a lot of sales, but it's helped my social media.
Okay.
That's it. How does it? What did you say?
She said she hasn't made a lot of sales, but it's helped her social media.
As far as what, though?
As far as what? Babe.
I'm coming.
Yeah, she's coming.
Hey, look at what you got cooking.
I know. I'm eating leftovers because Andre said we have to clear the fridge first.
Yeah.
He took the night off, huh?
He took the night off, but he's made a lot. And so there was a lot of food in there. And I was like, he is right. We should eat that first. Okay. So first thing, not a secret. I hired a virtual assistant.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So I actually found her from Instagram. I said that I really needed help with Instagram and TikTok because I feel like Crystal said, like I got Facebook down. Like I know the algorithms of it. I know what I have to do. So I was like, Instagram and TikTok is just a whole new world. And those two are very similar, TikTok and so I tried to implement the kids. They didn't want it. Okay. You ain't about your money yet. Got it. Okay. So I hired the virtual assistant and she works 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And she does all my posting on there. And
cheater. No, just kidding.
I know. But I'm like, you got to hire help if you need it. And if you can hire help, you should.
Absolutely.
I told her that we haven't had a whole lot of sales from it. Like I haven't gotten any sales from TikTok. However, the videos that she's made on TikTok, I've used other places and I've made sales with those.
So are you sharing them like to Facebook or Instagram?
Yep. So you can
share it on your
story. You can share it to your story too. Yeah. You can share it straight to your phone. Like you can save it just in your gallery, or you can share it like when you create something on TikTok, it'll have that same share option where it'll say like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. So you get to choose where you share it to. So, so I've shared the things that she's created on there and I've made sales from those. But however, making sales directly from TikTok, haven't made any yet. She's only been working 3 weeks? So it's still new. But Instagram, she's worked the heck out of my stories. So I've gotten some sales from those.
Now
and from new customers.
You can't schedule TikToks though, right? Those have to be like your hands-on with.
Not that I know of. Yeah. I think that you've got to post it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I say, they have
you're
virtual
using
assistants.
another like kind of platform to like share to another platform.
Yeah.
Which is just
because
kind
it's
of
the same marketing. Yeah. Same marketing.
Okay.
Different people are going to be on TikTok that are on Facebook. Different ones are going to be on Instagram that are on, the one or the other. Some people, you've just got to try to find all the different avenues. And I don't have enough time like to do all of those things. And so I'm like, if I can delegate that out, then it's
nice that you can admit that too. Like it's not even about having the right time. It's freeing up your time so that you can work on something else that's more IPA, income producing activity.
Right. I see what you said. What'd you say? IPA queen? I was like, oh yeah.
I'm IPA queen. I'm not playing. I'm telling you, I don't know what happened, but something switched in me. And I think it's been Christopher's Zooms that I've been chiming into. I think that has been a big help for me, sister. Chris, I gave you props to Sarah today. I'm just like, dude, you are like hitting it nail on the head. And so I'm going to try to invite more people to these Zooms because they're so helpful. And I swear by them.
They are.
So,
well, thank you.
Yeah. No, I really, gosh darn, you need to give me your Venmo, man. I'll pay you.
The information really is invaluable because
when I get that big paycheck, I'm going to be like, Chris, let me hit you up with some cash here. Cause
you helped.
It's invaluable.
Hey, I like beef sticks.
I like beef sticks.
Nebraska steaks. All right, it's taken care of.
Oh yeah, Nebraska steaks is fine too, but I said beef sticks. But yay, you know what? I'm not against any kind of meat. I'm more of a meat than a flour guy.
Please don't take my meat away. Don't take my chili away, man. I'm a meat queen here. Yeah.
There you go. Well, and while we're talking about TikTok real quick, I just want all of you to know that like I have a TikTok too, and I've never ever posted a TikTok. I've never posted a TikTok. Never. I don't even know how to post a TikTok yet, but it's something that I do eventually want to learn. Right now, what I'm looking at is what other people do on their TikToks and all the cool tricks that they have to make their videos look really cool. And so I want to kind of learn it myself, but I'm gonna be straight up with you. When I look at my TikTok, like 9 times out of 10 people that I follow on TikTok are the people that I see on TikTok on on the FYP page. That's all I ever do, is just like when I open TikTok, what's there is what I see. I don't look for people on TikTok. I don't, none of that stuff. So the people that I see quite often on there are the few that I have followed. I've only followed 80 people on TikTok, but I have 40 people that have followed me. And I've never once done anything on TikTok. So how I'm getting people that are following me on TikTok is really kind of like that's proof in the pudding right there, that is a good social marketing tool, because I'm not even doing nothing and I'm getting those people that I'm following turning around following me back.
Yeah.
And so the people that I'm following right now are the ones that are influencing me the most on the FYP page. So if I'm getting those people following me back, can you imagine what's going to happen if I started commenting more or putting my own stuff out there? I could easily, blow up in TikTok a lot quicker than I would ever expect, just because I didn't even realize that I had 40 followers, like I just checked just now just to see, while we were all talking, and I was kind of surprised about that. So it just goes to show you guys that any social media is going to help your business or help you, especially once you learn how to acclimate yourself with it and make those positive changes in it to get those influences.
Chris, you're really good with words, and you really help people see the big picture of things. And I feel like what you are saying makes total complete sense. So I made a TikTok, a few months ago, back in February, actually. So it's been more than a few months. And I kind of did a few just to kind of play around with it, but I kind of left it and just stop working that part of the social media. But right now that I'm hearing you talk about it, and this is what I was going to tell you, is coming onto these Zooms has actually helped increase my confidence in the things my capabilities and the things that I can do. Because, here's someone like you, you're like, I haven't been on there for a while and I have 40 followers now. So people are following you, whether it's a friend or a family member or just somebody that saw you as a random post that you did. Does that make sense? So
right, and that's just it. I haven't even posted, period. Nothing.
That's what I was gonna say. So you're building those followers. So that was a big eye opener for me. That's awesome. So I'm gonna get back on that as well this weekend.
Well, and the great thing about TikTok that we've all just talked about just now, or Instagram or Facebook, is that once you do something on TikTok, hello, Melissa. Once you do something on TikTok, you could share that onto your Instagram. You can share it onto your Facebook. And it's almost like, getting a 3-for-1, right? And they say, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Well, now we're just collecting birds everywhere when we're using those social media tools in conjunction with each other, right? You're just multiplying the effects. And it's kind of funny now that some of those people that I follow on TikTok, I see on my Facebook now. Go ahead, Melissa. Or is it so bright in there you have to shine? You have to oh no.
Hi guys. No, we're talking about TikTok, and it kind of sparked my interest as I hopped on here because I want to tell you guys something. I was scrolling through my For You page, and a lot of my For You page is like people that do their makeup or moms, right? And I comment on every For You thing that I think would benefit me as a
paparazzi rep.
Thank you. And so
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for you to forget what you sell.
No, yeah, you're good. I was trying to think of a different word. I don't even know what I was trying to say. I almost said car salesman because I'm watching Friday Night Lights. So, okay, but so I commented on a girl's look. She was doing this look where they do their makeup, and her eyeshadow was on point, right? And I'm like, I love that eyeshadow. And she's like, oh, it's my own. And she she followed me, so I followed her back because I'm like a follow for follow. So if you follow me, I'll follow you back type of thing.
Bingo.
Yeah, I'm a follow for follow. And some people are creepy though, so I kind of don't follow them back. But anyways,
hey, leave me out of that.
But anyways, she started messaging me. She's like, I made this palette. And I'm like, oh, cool. I was like, do you have like a website or something? And she's like, I never said anything that I sell paparazzi, nothing like that. I'm pretty sure she's gone through my pictures or my TikToks and seen that paparazzi was behind me. But I never said anything like that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And she's like, yeah, do you want to add me on Facebook? And I was like, heck yeah, I do. And so she found me on Facebook. We started following. She just did a live about her eyelashes or something. And I was on there supporting her. And my picture says, breakout paparazzi style. My profile is public so people can see what I do. And I'm just like, girl, you're killing the game, blah, blah, blah. Not once did I say I sell jewelry. I'm just making connections. So I will say that if you are on TikTok, it will work, but you have to be real. You can't just be like I am a follow for follow, but I'm not going to follow you and then tell you what I do, you know?
Right.
And I'll let you tell me. I'll let you tell me what you do. And then if you want to add me, I mean, I'll check you out on Facebook, but she was a mama. She's 40 years old doing her thing. And I'm like, heck yeah, I'm gonna follow you. And it works. You just have to be genuine. You have to be real, and you have to let the other person feel validated.
There, you know, when you do get a follow for follow, right? And if you were to follow for follow and then immediately after, you know, do something that's going to let that person know that you're a paparazzi salesperson, that's not much different in any of those people's eyes as a cold message. It's really, it's not genuine at all, and it's ineffective.
Yeah, and some of my TikToks do have paparazzi, and then I was reading that TikTok had banned MLMs because they were getting a lot of Avon, the like weight loss stuff, and so they were banning selling on there. But they never said you couldn't like advertise for your business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I do advertise for paparazzi. Every time I do a TikTok, sometimes I'm like, paparazzi's behind me. I'll be wearing my jewelry, you know, stuff like that. I'll always hashtag paparazzi accessories. So when the people follow me, they can see that I'm hashtagging these hashtags, or that it'll say like, I'll always hashtag for you or FYP, which is your For You page, and it'll pop up for people. Sometimes I do a random one where it'll say like, if you saw this on your For You page, follow me. And then that's how I got my 300 and something people to follow me, because I only have 200 and something. So I'm not always a follow for follow, because some people are weird. But I will say that it has helped. So yeah, Angie, where'd you go? I know you're on here. Where are you? I just seen you.
Actually,
there she is. Angie.
There she is.
Get back on that, girlfriend. Crystal, I see you on TikTok too. Get on there. Helen, if you ain't on TikTok.
Melissa, you know, we were saying that you do it in front of your jewelry and stuff. Like, that's something that I had mentioned to a lot of us early on, right? When we were talking about like getting into group pages and stuff, and going into those community groups where you sit in front of the jewelry, but you talk about whatever the idea of the group is. You know, like if you're in a weight loss group and you talk about your weight loss stuff in front of your jewelry, it just makes those people talk about it, right? And that's what I was just telling Angie. She had just done a cooking live on Facebook, and I was telling her, see, put a couple of those pink boxes on the counter and make people ask questions, and there you are. Now you're marketing while you're being genuine.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about right now, Melissa, is you know, we all talk about like the algorithms and social media and how to use the algorithms to the benefit of our business. But right now, what we're talking about mostly is how to market ourselves on social media, not just the paparazzi product. That when we market ourselves, eventually people will learn our product because they're following us, and not the other way around. People aren't out there looking to follow product. They're out there looking to follow people.
Let me speak on that part. You're not marketing the product like Chris says. You're marketing your brand. What do you stand for? Who are you as a person? What is your brand? What's your brand? Like, people always associate flamingos with me, but my brand is positivity, genuine, like caring, kindness, laughter, comedy. Like, my brand is a loyal person. Like, that's just who I am. I'm going to be genuine with you. I'll be real. Might hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna be real, and I could take it back. Like, that's just who I am. That's my brand. That's what I want to put out there. That's what I instill in my children, and that's what I stand for. So when you market you're showing people your brand, what you stand for, and that's what they will follow. That's what they will want to see, and that's how you get customers to buy your jewelry.
Amen. Amen. And I think in this business, we're talking a lot about algorithms because we need to understand them, but we need to understand who we are too, and what we need to do to make other people understand who we are. You know, we need to put ourselves out there, like you said, branding yourself. And so the next step we were at here was encourage comments and replying quickly, right? That's something that we talk about in algorithms. You need to be able to encourage comments by questioning things, like have people put questions out there so that people will respond to them. Encourage other Facebook users to respond to your posts or post their own comments about your business or topics or things that interest them. When they do post, respond quickly. Like within 24 hours is best. I know a lot of us will follow the algorithm thing and be like, you know, within the hour and a half or immediately kind of thing. But to be perfectly honest with you, Facebook doesn't count. It doesn't have a clock like your posts and people's questions doesn't have a timer on them. All right. What you're trying to do is you're trying to bounce that post over your wall like a ping pong ball, right? If that post is stale and sitting there for a while, then you need to go in it and you need to comment onto one of those people, not even all of them, just one of those people. And boom, that's going to pop that post back up to the top again. Okay. And then when people do comment more and more, it's going to bounce that post all over your wall, which is what you want it to do. That one post that you posted in the morning asking if they liked white toast or wheat toast has now been all over your wall up and down because people have been answering it all day long and you've been going back and commenting on it on a regular basis. Okay, but when you don't respond to those posts within that 24 hours or so, failing to respond will weaken your Facebook's friends because they're going to start to feel like, well, they didn't even comment, you know, they didn't even care that I took the time to answer their question. So like the next time they see something that you're doing, they may not get involved because they don't want to be rejected again. Does that make sense? That's the most important reason why you need to go back and reply to those people, not necessarily because of the algorithms, which is true, but mostly because you need to build that connection with them, and they need to know that their response to you was important enough for you to go back and reply to. So next we're going to use pictures and videos, and we all know that helps your algorithms too, because that has more weight, right? Things that we do on Facebook, like you just making a post has a certain amount of weight to it. But when you add a photo to it, that adds more weight to it. And if it is an organic photo that something hasn't been searched on Google 1,000 times, then it adds even more weight to it. And then when you add a feeling to it, that adds more weight. The more weight, the more Facebook is going to bounce that post around for you. You know, the more those algorithm robots have scanned your page and said you've done all of these things, they're gonna broadcast it. It's almost like if you got an A in class, right? Your mom and your teacher and people are gonna brag about that A that you got. But if it's only got a C or a D, then they're not not so inclined to brag. Does that make sense at all? You know, you want all of your posts to be an A. You want all your posts to have those feelings. You want those posts to have those locations, organic pictures, and live video is the best way to gain weight. So use them frequently to keep your friends engaged and entertained. For example, you know, your jewelry could post photos of like the new jewelry when you get it. Yeah, we show a lot of that in pre-sales in our VIP group, but you can also show some of that on your actual wall, you know, saying, hey guys, check it out. I just got new jewelry, and you can have a pile of jewelry there. You know, what's your favorite type of jewelry? Silver, gold. There's a lot of ways that we can manipulate our posts to encourage that type of engagement. Like, let's say an architect or a builder could post day by day pictures of the house as they renovate it, right? That's the way to get people involved, right? If I, like I talked about building a model car live on Facebook, right? People will start to follow me building the model cars because they want to see the project from the beginning to the end. You know, the same way that they follow, what's the bushy hair guy's name that does the painting? Bob Ross. Right. People don't, you know, they follow him because they enjoy seeing him put to life a piece of canvas. A personal trainer can even post instructional videos of how to do particular exercises, right? These are all ways that they're branding themselves, like Melissa says. They're putting themselves out there so that people will begin to know who they are. And by knowing that they can trust that personal trainer with his exercises will make them more inclined to use him for his training services. Get interactive with offers, contests, games, surveys, etc. People like it when Facebook's fun and when it delivers something that they can't get another way. So use the polls button. Ask polls, ask surveys, ask questions. People like to share what they know. Research shows that discounts and giveaways are the most popular reason for a customer to follow a business's Facebook pages or the groups. Likewise, contests and games can be used to liven up your page, right? So like you were saying, if you wanted to put a post out there saying, what's my favorite color? Everybody that guesses it correctly will be put into a bucket and will be drawn for a winner. You know, and that's great because that way you got a whole bunch of people guessing, a whole bunch of different answers, right? And everybody that goes through there and guesses that your favorite color is purple, you put them into a bucket and you give away a free piece. Now those people learn something about you, but they also know that you have free jewelry that you were giving away. And it was a fun, entertaining way for them to engage on your Facebook page. Facebook can also be used to distribute customer surveys. We don't necessarily get too involved in that, you know what I mean? But you could easily, share interactive posts that are within your area, you know, like news posts or even things that are just related to your area that other people will relate to. For instance, if that the 7-Eleven down the street has this major sale, you could have always post that sale on there and say, hey, how many of you are going to take advantage of this? It really, the sky is the limit when it comes to this. One time I posted a post on there saying that my favorite Kool-Aid was apple when I was a kid, and I cannot find an apple Kool-Aid to save my life. Does any of you remember this? Do you know that post bounced all over my wall for 3 or 4 days? And I think had the most comments and things that I've ever seen on any of my posts. I posted yesterday saying, hey guys, help me reset my algorithms and let me know what what time it is, where you're at, where you're at. And do you know I think it's like 85 comments on there. Like I've been back and forth and they're answering people repeatedly because they're answering it like every time I go back, there's 8 or 9 new responses. Think outside the box and put your organic posts out there. Nurture your relationships. It takes time to build good relationships with other Facebook users. So be patient, nurture it, love it. You don't necessarily have to go like and comment on everything that they do. You're not a stalker, right? You're not trying to scare them away. But definitely nurture that relationship that you have with that person. Provide your Facebook address or address on your letterheads or business cards, your website, in-store advertisements, even your email signatures. You know, how many of you guys have an email signature set up that says, thank you, I'm a, you know, please follow my Paparazzi Facebook group on such and such. I know I do. I know if I sent you an email address, an email from my Paparazzi email address, on the bottom of it, it has my business card, it has my VIP group, it has my Paparazzi website shop link, it has my join link, it has all of that on my signature. Have you
I don't
guys
even
done it?
know what a signature is or how to do it. You say it's on Facebook?
No, that would be in your email client. So what do you use, Google?
Yeah.
So what you would do is you would go into your settings in Google and you would look for the signature. And
then
in the signature, you would basically type information about you and your business in that signature, and then you would save it. And it would put that signature on the bottom of every one of your emails.
Oh, cool. Okay, thank you.
Definitely. You know, and in the signature, you don't necessarily just have to put text. You can actually take the photo of your business card and make that your signature if you wanted to. So if your business card says everything that you wanted to say about you, just put your digital business card as your signature.
Nice idea. Thank you.
Definitely. Use Facebook Insights to learn more about your customer. Facebook Insights, I don't know if you guys use this feature or not, but it can tell you more about the people who choose to like your page. And once you know your Facebook friends and characteristics, you can tailor your posts and meet their interests and needs much faster. For example, if you're a bookstore owner and you cater to customers of all ages, but most of your Facebook friends are aged 18 to 25, your Facebook might offer more that will concentrate on books more suitable for those viewers, right? So if your Facebook page is gathering those people that are 18 to 25, you're not going to want to put a book on there that would attract, you know, an elderly patient. You know, you're not going to put a book on there, you know, how to overcome your, you know, this or that has to do with age and a relative manner to being a senior. You're going to want to put books in there that are inspired to 18 and 25-year-olds, things that are adventurous and outgoing and, you know, something that would be attracted by the youth. Does that make sense? It does you a lot less good to post to an audience that's not interested in what you're posting.
Yeah.
If you have an online seller who never meets your customers, you might be able to get a clearer picture of what they think and feel by reviewing their interests, their ages, and their locations on your Facebook. Right? So don't forget to check out your Facebook Insights. Does anybody know where they can do that?
No.
Okay. So, excuse me. In your Facebook groups or even on your Facebook page, there are your insights that will tell you when your page gets the most interaction. It'll tell you who interacts most on your page. It will literally tell you if you have more men or women on your page. It'll tell you if you have people from different countries showing up on your page. It will give you a lot of information in the insights. And what I tell a lot of people, actually, I haven't said it in quite a while. I don't know why, but what I say to a lot of people is that when you go to the insights page and you look at, let me see, what did you say there, Marissa? I got to bring up the chat. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was getting at. When you bring up those insights, you can see that your page has the most action between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And if your page has the most action during that time, when do you think would be the smartest time to go live? 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, right? You want to use those insights. Exactly. And Marissa's saying that she can see who's participating by checking out those insights. If she goes and looks at her Facebook group insights and she doesn't see your name, then you're probably not interacting in any of her posts. And it's an immediate like sign that, okay, this person isn't engaging. So we're going to talk a little bit about how your business can avoid pitfalls on Facebook. Okay. And this is important, I think, for everybody. So like every other marketing strategy, Facebook has a number of potential pitfalls for unworrying or inexperienced users. With a little thought, you can avoid these. The very first pitfall is about wasted time. While Facebook is free to use, it takes time. Oh, wait, I wish we could do this for personal. I do too, Crystal. I completely too. Crystal says she wishes we could do this for personal profiles as far as insights. And I wish we did too. Who knows? There may be a way to do that eventually, but I don't think that there is at this point. So wasted time, while Facebook is free to use, it takes time to keep your page up to date. If your marketing lacks focus, you can end up wasting a lot of time and seeing very little return. Okay, I want to repeat this in a way that I want you to understand this. What I'm trying to tell you is that it takes time to keep your page up to date. We heard that part, right? If your marketing lacks focus, you can end up wasting a lot of time and seeing very little return. Somebody please tell me where I'm going with that. Nobody knows?
No, everybody's silent.
Okay, maybe we're not listening close enough, or maybe it's just not drawing to the point. But if your marketing lacks the focus because you're not keeping your page up to date, you're wasting your time by not seeing any return. What we mean by that is that if you're not continuously and regularly keeping up with this, being consistent, then you will start to lose that traction that you've gotten. We'll lose that momentum. We'll lose that focus. And we basically have to start over because we're seeing very little time and we're wasting a lot of it by not utilizing that consistency and keeping our page fresh and up to date.
Yeah, consistency is where you were going. Yeah.
Right. So does that make sense to you guys? This is why we tell you when you put your foot on the gas, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You know, you can slowly like let up a little bit and push faster and you know, you can kind of cruise around a little bit, but you want to maintain that speed. Right?
Yeah,
it's efficient for our cars and it's efficient for our algorithms. If you're constantly just keeping yourself at a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit and you're keeping that going, then you're not burning so much gas. But if you're revving up to 60 and then slowing down to 15 and then revving back up to 35, your gas pedal is just, you're sucking your gas dry because you're not able to maintain a consistent speed.
Can I chime in? Can I chime in for a second?
Nope.
Go
ahead.
I'm kind of what Christopher is explaining here. It kind of reminds me of calorie cycling, or calorie cycling, meaning, you know, like you work out for 30 minutes a day and then you can eat so many calories because you've already worked off these calories. So that's the same thing with the social media. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, basically, this goes like everything that we've been teaching each other in here that relates to our business literally relates to everything in life. When we're talking about being consistent with your sleep schedule, we're talking about being consistent with your Facebook posts. We're talking about being consistent with your healthy eating, right? If you are eating healthy every day, 5 days a week, and then 2 of those days you completely just milk it out, you've wasted that week. Right? So you're not effectively getting the results that you want because you're not consistently keeping that up. Right? And then there's a certain amount of flexibility in that. If you consistently are dieting every day of the month out of the month, and then say you have a splurge day, then you're not necessarily like rebuking all of the rewards. because the splurge day is gonna, yeah, it's gonna give you a little bit of a hiccup there, but it's not gonna be enough to like stop your progress, right? So when we're consistently posting our Facebook posts out there, we're consistently posting about us and getting people to learn about us. Excuse me. When we're consistently doing that, then we don't necessarily have to worry about whether or not people are coming in or coming out of us. But it's the same when we go live. If we go live 3 days a week consistently every day of those 3 weeks, and then we start missing some of those days, we're going to start missing a lot of our crowds. We're going to start losing some of our momentum, and we're not going to have the same results that we did 2 weeks ago when we did it every day, or when we did it consistently. Everybody good with that? Anybody got anything they want to add? An example? We're good?
Consistency?
Makes sense.
Just
An
about
example?
About wasting your time, like wasting your time by not being consistent.
Oh, well, like the first year and a half, it almost felt like that after that 30-day challenge you gave us, because we saw such a difference of going live every day as opposed to, our 3 times a week, and sometimes we make excuses for why we couldn't go live, or we had real reasons why we couldn't go live, but in the end, we could have done something like the speed live when we could squeeze that in or something. And that 30-day challenge, it opened our eyes really to the possibilities and how fast you can go with this business.
Right. And I think that's what we need to focus on more importantly is, like I said, all of this ties in with each other. And that's why I think that as we do more and more of these Zoom conferences where we continue to talk about these ways that we can look, what have we talked about over this last week? We've talked about habit stacking. We've talked about procrastination and ways to overcome them. We've talked about, being able to market ourselves. All of these things are going hand in hand with what we need to do for ourselves personally in our own daily lives, not just in our business. And when we get this handled and we can take care of ourselves, and our business is soon to follow. But if you're working on, constantly trying to build your business up without trying to change your own personal things that are, oh, okay, no worries, Angie, thank you so much. When you are you're not working yourself, and changing those bad habits that you have as a person, and you're only worried about changing the bad habits that you have as a business, then you're not going to the root of the problem, which is yourself. Does that make sense? So we don't want to waste our time and push ourselves out there and spend 3 whole days doing it correctly just to not do it correctly the last couple of days and then think that we're going to start over where we left off. No, it doesn't work like that. You may where you left off when you stopped, it stopped too. So now you have to start all over again, right? It's like we're talking about, it's no different than dieting. It's no different than sleep, right? If you spend all night, or you spend most of the day sleeping because you had a bad night sleeping, and what do you think is going to happen the following night? You're not going to be able to sleep so much because you slept all day long, right? I deal with this every single night. I worked graveyard for so many years that my body is in tune to going to sleep at like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and sleeping until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. That's just the way my body is like built it. And no matter how many times I try to change that habit, it's a difficult habit to break. And my problem that I'm having with it is that I can fix it for a couple of days and then I lose the momentum in it, because next thing you know, now this night I'm not tired, I'm not able to sleep, and I'm up all night long, and then boom, everything that I just did is over with. And I'm sure it frustrates Marissa just as much as it frustrates me, because there's times that Marissa's jumping up ready to go and wishes that I was there. I'm sure of it. And I know this because I'll see my messages that are saying, hey, are you there? Are you there? Failing to update your page. How often have you guys updated your Facebook page?
At least once a day.
No. I'm not talking about updating your posts. I'm talking about your page.
Like, what do you mean?
Like changing your profile picture or your cover photo or your about you or,
Like never.
Yeah,
Never,
like never,
or not very
right?
often.
I
Right.
change my cover photo often, but my profile photo I can't change for a specific reason.
Okay.
Very, very few.
Okay. Sometimes what we can do though is, like, believe it or not, every time you do something on your Facebook page or your profile, it posts that you've done that, right? So if you change your profile picture for just a hot moment and you put a different picture up there for a second, and then you put your original profile picture right back up there again, it's going to at least post that, and it's going to attract attention to people and say, hey, look, she changed her profile picture. And then all those people are going to comment on it, or at least it's going to refresh your page, right? It goes the same way with adding a website link or adding a family member. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you can add who's your brother and sister and your aunts, your uncle, and all that. Any of those things that you do that you add to your page, work that you've done in the past or schools that you've gone to, all of that stuff updates your profile. And when it does, it updates your post too.
I might be able to try for even a second. I might be able to do a second, but I have to put that other picture right back up there. I have specific reasons. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Look, and if that's the case, then don't worry about it. There's all kinds of other things that you can do. You don't have to worry about just that one small specific item. What we're talking about here is that you have the ability to be able to freshen yourself up, is what we're going with this, right? If you haven't updated your Facebook page in years, then people may not see, it becomes stale. Why do you think McDonald's and Jack in the Box and Taco Bell and Budweiser and all of these places change their brand logos and their looks? Because they don't want people to get stale. They want people to have a fresh new look and a fresh new, it makes them look like they're alive. So if you can't update your Facebook business page regularly, you shouldn't have one, okay? But I don't say it as harsh as this does, because that's not necessarily true. But you should update your Facebook business page. You should change your Facebook banner at the top of your Facebook business page on a regular basis.
I have a business page. Do I need a business page?
Yeah, I would recommend you have either a Facebook business page or a Facebook group. I would recommend one or the other.
I haven't done the VIP group yet either. I've been wanting to do that, but I was told that a business page wouldn't be successful right away and it'd take a while for that. And so
Rebecca, do you have the link to the training library with all the videos?
I do believe so, yeah.
There's one video in there specifically that says business page versus Facebook group. And I think that I would start there. Okay. And then I would talk to some of your fellow consultants in the team here, whether it be your upline or other friends, to find out what they're using. Because to be perfectly honest with you, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to a Facebook page or a VIP group. I personally have both. And they're used differently. My Facebook page is used differently than my Facebook VIP group. I personally recommend for any of my the consultants that I'm training, I push them to do the Facebook group page first, and then build a Facebook business page if they'd like to. But a Facebook business page doesn't really have a whole lot of ground until after you get over 1,000 likes. So it takes quite a while, even though you have that Facebook page and you're working on it regularly. it takes quite a while for you to get to the point where it's actually gaining traction.
Right.
So, but I would definitely encourage you to do one or the other, and the sooner the better, because if you have a VIP group or you don't have one, you're really missing out on a lot of generated sales that you could be doing through wall drops or pre-sales, or even just the communication between you and your customers.
I just didn't know how to put people into a VIP group. Like, do I make it private or leave it public and just like start inviting people into it? Or
so a VIP group, I would recommend, and always do it public. Anything that you do, unless you're training, like our training groups are private because we don't want just anybody and everybody getting involved,
Right.
or commenting. But when it comes to your business and yourself, you want as much public as you can, much publicity. So the more public you are, the more viewers you're going to get. So you want to do the Facebook group page as a public page. Okay.
Okay.
But I want you to know, once you make it, if you were to make it private, you can't switch it to public later, you know? And so you need to start off with a public page. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back and rebuild it when you realize that a private page is blocking you.
Okay. And I was about to say that to you because I didn't realize that when we created our VIP group, and we're like, well, we don't want just anybody joining, you know, because we didn't want like people just looking for free giveaway type things joining. And now I kind of wish we didn't, because we can't share our posts out of that group to our public page.
Right. And so you definitely, I would encourage you to do a public group and make it as public as possible when you start off with your group. And then what you can do is, where in the settings, and go through the settings, you're not going to hurt anything. There's a setting in there though that will allow you to either approve them to become a member, or they can approve themselves. I would definitely make it to where you get to approve them. And then when you approve them, the first thing you want to make sure is that they're a U.S. Citizen, right? It isn't going to do you no good to have somebody from Paraguay in there. Right. And then you want to make sure that they've had a Facebook page for at least a period of time, that their Facebook page looks legitimate. All right. And then secondly, you want to make sure that that person doesn't already have a bunch of consultants that they're already shopping with. So you can invite anybody that you'd like to your Facebook group. They have to accept it and then join into your Facebook group to be on that. Okay. So that's your homework, Rebecca, is to find out a little bit more about that. Watch that video, and then I would encourage you to get you a Facebook group started.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking lately I should probably have that, because between posting wall drops and doing live videos on my profile page, I mean, I'm an open book, so I'm constantly posting other things too, and between those and stuff. So I don't really think it matters sometimes, but sometimes I feel like I'm doing too much. So having that VIP group will be very helpful, I think.
Yes, I agree.
So my question about the group page and your Facebook, when you're doing your posts, is there any way when you post it to have it posted in both pages at the same time, or do you have to double your work?
So you can easily take anything that you take from a Facebook page and share it to your group without a problem. It usually, like if I were to make a post on my Facebook page, it will already have a button where I'm going to post it. It'll say, do I want to put it on my Facebook group too?
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Something to be aware of when you do that. If you're trying to do that from the same device and you have it sideways, so landscape, and you hit that share button and to group, and you go in and you do that, when you go back, it automatically puts you into portrait. So you're all zoomed in, and you basically have to end the live and start a new one to get it to go back to normal.
It didn't do that to me last time I did one.
It does it to me every time.
Well, look, guys, I'm not suggesting you to go live on your Facebook page or your group. Don't misunderstand that. What I'm telling you is, like, if I put a post on my Facebook business page saying that, you know, something about like, hey, check out the new Z collection, and I want to post that, when at the very bottom of my post, it'll allow me to also share that to my VIP group. When we're talking about going live, we want to go live on our Facebook walls.
Yes, and sharing that while you're in the live from the device you're going live from. If you have it turned sideways, at least on my iPhone, this is every time I've done it, it's bugged out on me, and I have to go and share it from a second device for it not to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never noticed it because I always share off of a second device. So yeah, I didn't know that it does that. Good to know. Well, see, now you taught me something I didn't know.
Yay!
So if you establish a page and acquire friends, but then don't interact with them, you're going to actually reduce consumer confidence in your business, right? If you start up a business page, right? Remember, there's a difference. You start up a business page and then you get people coming to your page to comment, and then you never respond back to them or say anything to them. Those people are eventually going to be like, well, what's the point of me even coming to this page anymore if it's not even going to really be manned? It's like inviting a group of friends to your house to a get together and then you go into bed. Post regularly and let your customers see that you're interested, present, and reliable. If you do need to close your page for some reason, make sure to send a final message to let your friends know. We're not going to do that because we're not closing our page. So we're going to skip that part. Not responding to customers. Once you establish a conversation with other Facebook users, you can't control what they say. Some of your customers or potential customers may use Facebook to comment on your business, ask questions about your products or service, complain about your business, and it's important to respond to any comments. For example, a simple thank you for a customer compliment shows that you're listening and that you're polite, and it makes your all of a sudden I got the hiccups. And it'll make your customers feel valued and recognized, right? That's important, right? Weren't we talking about that earlier? You want to make your customers feel valued and recognized. You want to call them out. You want to say their names. It all goes hand in hand, guys. Answer questions quickly. This demonstrates strong before sales and after sales service, right? That means that if you're there to answer their questions immediately, they would expect that you would be there if they ever had a problem or a complaint. They know that you would be there answering them right away. Right? If you go to McDonald's and you ask them, hey, are those hamburger patties 100% all beef? And then it takes that cashier to go ask somebody, and then they come back and the manager comes back and said, I heard you had a question. Then you don't feel like your question has been received, right? Obviously it hadn't. So then you got to ask again.
Right.
So if you had a complaint with that business, do you think that the chain of command or that the response time for your complaint is going to be answered in an effective manner, that it isn't going to waste your time? Most likely not. Right? Most likely you're going to feel like, man, I had a hard time finding out an answer to this question. Do you think they're really going to do the hard work of being able to come handle my complaint? So respond to any complaints you have as soon as possible. Trust me, your other customers will see how you handle that as well if you do it on the business page. And what I mean by that is if you get a customer that comes on there and says, hey, I just bought this copper bracelet from you the other day, and surprisingly, it still tarnished my skin and turned my skin green. I thought Paparazzi wasn't going to do that. Instead of saying, I'll send you a private message, you should respond to that and say, well, unfortunately, your skin's pH balance has probably caused an interaction that doesn't work well with our product. for that particular metal. All of our metal is 100% nickel and lead free, which typically causes a lot of those irritations and problems. In your case, it must be something to do with your pH balance. I would probably stay away from that type of metal, or, offer another advice, or did you follow the 5 S's? Did you not sleep with it? Did you not swim with it? Did you not use a spray? Did you sweat with it? Did you wear it to the gym? But if you handle that problem effectively in front of the customer and all your other customers, they're going to automatically have confidence that you're not going to secretly go be shady behind their back and go answer that lady and make her happy in a way that you've basically pulled the wool over their eyes. Does that make sense? Anybody following with that?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Good deal. So comments and questions left unanswered will make customers think that you don't care about them. Complaints left unanswered can turn into negative publicity that can damage your brand. That same person that's complained on your website, okay, now listen, just because they've complained on your website or just because they've come in and said something to you on there doesn't necessarily mean that they're in your DMs, right? So even if they come and complain on there and you go and you respond to them and you say, oh, hey, Nancy, you go to Facebook Messenger and you message Nancy on the side and say, hey, Nancy, I saw your complaint on my page and I just wanted to address it and let you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, that may be sitting in their inbox and they don't even know that it's there because they've never had any communication with you in the past, right? You don't know that. They don't know that. We don't know what's happened, but there's a miscommunication there. Why? Because we chose to use an alternate route to communicate than the route that was originally taken. So now that customer's feeling like, okay, well, I messaged on her page and I know that she's posted for 3 days straight, but she's never commented on my post. So I'll be damned if I'm going to spend another $5 with her, and I'm going to let all my friends know not to either. Although in the meantime, in her, requested messages, she has a wonderful message in there from you that would have definitely solved the problem. Being absent from Facebook, we talked about this earlier, right? While there are potential pitfalls to using Facebook, there's also dangers in failing to have a Facebook page, especially if you're a high-profile business. Your businesses may be discussed on Facebook, positive or negative, whether or not you're participating in the conversation. Create a Facebook page at least gives you the advantage and the chance to promote positive views of your business and tell your side of the story. And what we mean by that is not even necessarily just like a business page, but you personally, right? If you're not in the conversation, if you're not in the on the social platform to begin with, right? If you're not if you've posted for 3 days straight and then you've disappeared for 3 days, nobody even knows you're there no more. And now it's like I told you before, now you got to start all over. Now you got to go in there and you got to work those algorithms and you got to post those posts. We're almost done here, guys. Creating a business page on Facebook. Creating a Facebook page for your business is a relatively simple process. And in fact, it's so easy and affordable now that small businesses are using Facebook pages as building a website. More people are being more recognized to follow my VIP group than to go to paparazziaccessories.com/blah, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's a good idea to make sure that you maintain your Facebook page, make sure you maintain your branding, put yourself out there socially, and that will attract people to your product. Now that I'm pretty much done with that, does anybody have any questions on what we talked about today?
Is this going to be on YouTube too? Because I missed part of this training because I was doing a live.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And those of you that are going to the YouTube page to listen to these or watch them again, please be sure to subscribe as well, so that way you'll get notifications when we go live on these. Like literally you can get notification that we're live on YouTube and we're in the Zoom.
Awesome.
So Samantha, are you excited?
Yes.
Awesome. So Samantha just recently joined the team. She joined under Helen and Faith yesterday, or last night, as a matter of fact, after she came in as a guest here on Zoom. She was like, you guys have all the stuff. I want some of it.
And we have fun.
We do. Right?
I'm excited to start this. I'm listening to this live while I'm doing my nails.
Oh, there you go.
Multitasking.
Exactly. I got to get my Memorial Day nails in here.
There you go. Oh, very nice.
Oh, love it.
Nothing wrong with the stripes, the stars, and the bars.
Nope.
So Libby, Michelle, Rebecca, Faith, Helen, any of you guys have anything new that we can discuss, or maybe something that we can help Samantha out with? Samantha, have you come up with any other questions that you'd like to ask us here?
No, we actually, Faith and Helen and I videoed after the live yesterday.
Awesome.
So, but I've been taking a lot of notes so that I know what to do, and as far as I really like what Faith and Helen have done as far as just the speed lives. And so I'm taking that into consideration. I think that would be easier than, obviously I'm going to do the big lives too, but I really like the speed lives where it's only picking a few things and putting it in there. So
they're quick and easy to get in, and you can do multiple ones a day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've taken a lot of notes about what you had said tonight. So like last night I didn't take notes. I just kind of listened, and tonight I took a lot of notes.
That's good
while I
stuff.
did my nails.
That's good stuff. So does anybody have a topic that they think that we should discuss sometime soon that would really help them out?
How to get more people to buy.
Well, are you having low view accounts, Rebecca, or?
I only get part of my problem is that I hadn't been staying consistent, but now I'm trying to stay consistent. But I probably get between 4 and 7 people when I do my lives. And then today I've done a total of 4.5 hours today, and I've only sold 1 piece, maybe 2.
Okay. So when you say that you're trying to go more consistent now, how give us over the 30 days what you've been doing with your Facebook or with your lives. How often were you going live, and how often are you trying to start going live now?
Going live probably about 2 to 3 times a week, and then I would post wall pictures up. And now I'm trying to go daily.
Okay, good. That's a good start. Faith and Helen can tell you that's going to help you out quite a bit, but it is going to take time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Tells me it just gets frustrating because I work so hard and then I get very little, and I just got to remember it's not an overnight process. It's not an overnight thing. And that's what I struggle with in my head, is that it's not an overnight thing. Just keep going, just kind of just keep swimming, And so, yeah, it gets frustrating though, because I'm exhausted. And yeah, I had fun. Don't get me wrong. I did Family Feud trivia for 3 hours, and there was honestly 3 people stayed to the very end for the whole 3 hours, and I thanked them immensely. And I did a drawing because they stayed to the end. free piece of bling for staying with me for 3 hours, because that's not easy to do for 3 hours, you know. So I made it fun. But yeah, it's frustrating. I have fun selling the jewelry and everything. Don't get me wrong. I just wish people would buy more.
I hear you. Helen, do you have anything that you can add to that to help her along?
I was going to say, yeah, it's the little things consistently over time. So you do have to have the patience, but be sure to go in and interact with the people on your friends list. And there's a way which I've yet to do it, but there's a way you can print out your friends list. And what we want to do is we just want to check off when we've interacted with these people, and then that way we're going through and making sure we're hitting enough people and just keep doing that, you know, because if you don't have that interaction, you go to their page, but you know, the other emotions get more point value, so to speak, in the algorithm, and then comment on it, throw a GIF on there, something, do that with them, check it off the list. Next person. And what I do is I do those in little bursts. I take breaks from my day job and I'll go in on Facebook, and in the morning, what I do is I'll add friends, start looking, and I don't just go to my friends list or suggested friends and hit add friend, and friend. I go in, I look, and if the 6 top friends in there are paparazzi people, I don't add them. If I go into their profile and I scroll and I see paparazzi from 7 different people, I don't add them. Right. Because you want to make sure it's a quality person that you're going for, not somebody who and make sure they share real stuff, not just, you know, shared this post from that page, shared this post from that page, shared this post from that page. You know, they're a real person. They post about their life because Facebook algorithms will match you up with the type of people like you post for, or that, you know, you want to have that same kind of matchup, so you go to their wall. Those kind of things. In the afternoon is when I will then, instead of just scrolling my timeline, that's where I'll take my checklist, and because I'll also, as I add friends, I go in and find a post that I can interact with. But then I go to my friends list that I haven't done that on yet and do the 5 people and go in, like a post, heart a post, whatever, and drop a comment. Then in the afternoon or evening, it's more, you know, trying, and I have to balance getting our own posts out there so that it's not just because right now I don't get posts out till on our page till later in the day. And I have to remember not only to do posts about my life, I'm pretty decent at, but doing those posts where it's asking people questions to get them commenting, not so good at, but I'm working on it. So things like that, and just kind of set up a schedule and do it in little chunks of time so that it's not, you know, I'm spending hours on Facebook. I'm spending 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there. That kind of thing. It makes it, the smaller chunks make it more manageable.
Definitely.
But I was glad you guys had this team meeting on right now, because it was helpful to be able to come on and get encouragement and get some more training, because I was frustrated after the day today, and just being able to come on here and talk about it makes me feel better and makes me feel like I can keep going.
Right. Oh, you can, girl. We all have those days. We've had a slump. We had 2 viewers on our Fashion Fix preview live tonight. 2 viewers. No, 1 claim, and it was I love that ring, but I want it for your mom, so give it to your mom because it's friend of the family. Unfortunately, Faye's mom does not really wear jewelry, so you know we're sure we'll give it to her. She's not gonna wear it. It'll go in a drawer, whatever. you know, but you know, so we all have those kind of things. But
Yeah.
you know what? Tomorrow we're going to be doing a game. We don't do games when we do Fashion Fix because we kind of give it like a little more special level, you know,
Right.
kind of thing. And it's a shorter live. And so you can't necessarily get as much, like on Blingo, it could take an hour and a half to get a winner, depending on how lucky the numbers are. So we try not to do that with Fashion Fix. But tomorrow, heck yeah, we're doing a game. Gonna put out a post probably in the morning so that we can get Blingo numbers. We just have to decide, Faith, what game we're going to do.
There you go.
So
I was kind
everybody
of thinking
goes through it,
trivia.
honey. You like that trivia lately, ever since Chris mentioned how, you know, just do it for fun, not for entries, because we used to do the trivia for extra entries into our free item drawing, and people were complaining constantly that they were seeing people's answers before they ever heard us read the question. And it's unfair. Well, now it really doesn't matter because it's just for fun.
Right.
Right. I like the trivia because it helps with the interaction and you get more comments.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very
So that's
true.
kind of why I'm liking the trivia right now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trivia I did today was like, it was awesome. Everybody loved it, and people were like, this is fun, and I was having fun. And trivia is like one of my favorite games to play. A lot of people on my Facebook page like the trivia. So,
Well, and what's great about it is you can have food trivia, music trivia, TV trivia, like car trivia. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, there's so many different topics. Fashion trivia.
I even did a trivia about myself.
Hey, we did paparazzi trivia like a week ago.
And whoever guessed it right got that into the drawing. And a lot of people did pretty good because there are some people that somewhat know me and whatnot. So, but yeah.
That's good stuff.
That's awesome.
So does anybody have anything else that they'd like a little push or a little advice? Also, I wanted to add that I have a do not reply notification group. So no comments, no emojis, no nothing like that. And every time I go live on Zoom, I post the link into that group for anybody that wants it. If you'd like to be added to that group, as long as you agree to not comment or, you know, emoji or whatever, I will add you to that group so you can get notifications of when we're live.
Added to that group.
Were you going to say something, Helen?
I was going to say, so besides, I mean, what other way to, just since you mentioned it earlier and you're looking for topics, viewer counts. How do you get them up? I mean, I gave what I try to do, but still, you know, we get people that just, yeah, I asking anybody.
Okay.
Because like we'll get new people come in, but they leave pretty much right away. How do you get them to stay after they actually pop in?
Well, I think, you know, number one, consistency and just being there regularly. You know, and here's the thing: if you have your friends tag their people in there and ask them to say hi when they come in, like, I think that's a good way to do an extra entry. Is that if they tag their friend and their tag comes in and their friend says hello in the lobby, then their friend and them could get an entry into the drawing.
We haven't done that in a while. We did that. Shoot, I actually don't remember the last time we did that, where you tagged your friend, and as long as they came in and said, "Hey, so and so sent me," they both got an entry.
I don't remember when the last one we did was. I know we did one where they got a spin on the wheel, but that was probably more than 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think
Right.
because I think I'm remembering that same one, and it was spin on the prize wheel.
Well, and another thing, remember, Helen, back in the day, I did the okay, if we get 10 viewers in here, we're gonna I'm gonna give away a free piece. You know, you can always do that same thing. You can always have a viewer count that if we hit 15 people, or like Rebecca right now, if yours is only 4 to 7 people, say, okay, if we get 10 people in here, I'm gonna give away a free piece. Or if we get 15 people in here, make it something that's far enough out of their reach that they got to work for it. But yet, if they work for it, there's, they're pushing for a number that'll bring you in those views.
So with people that say they shared, but they really didn't.
So there's now a feature that says when they share, when they comment, below their name is a little thing that says sharer, and it has a little person icon.
You approach it to them if they say they did and you know that they didn't. How do you approach that to them?
Well, personally, what I do is I make an announcement, or I post on my VIP group and let them know that, we give away the free pieces as a way to encourage growth in our business. And that if they are not sharing the page like they say that they are going to, and they win the free piece, then they're basically hurting our business more than they're helping our business. And that it's completely unfair, and that we need to have a little bit of integrity. And, it's an honor system type of a deal that we believe that if you say that you've shared, that you've actually shared. And if I find out that people are not sharing, that's grounds for being banned.
Yeah, because I have one that I've known for years, and she she's actually shared a couple of times, and then she just started saying she shared, but then I would go to her page and she didn't share, and I'd be like, you didn't share this, even though she said she shared. And then
now, are they a consultant?
Huh?
And that person's not a consultant, right?
No.
Okay, because like I tell my consultants, if you share to a page that's not, your own personal wall, or your own personal VIP group. There are Facebook groups where you can share your live link, but those you have to share the actual link. Like you have to copy and paste the link into the description. And if you don't, then it's non-compliant. So it takes a little bit more work to do, but as long as you're willing to do it, it will get you, pretty decent results.
Something else to consider is that if they share to Messenger, they will consider it being shared because they sent it to Messenger to their friends, but you won't be able to verify that because it doesn't show that it's shared when it's shared in Messenger. So what we tell them is that it has to be a public post to your wall, and that means the little globe, not the two little people. And that if we do check and see that it is not public, we will ask you to edit that post and make it public. Otherwise, they forfeit the piece.
What she's doing then is sharing to Messenger. I didn't even think about that. So I'm going to ask her about that, because she could be legitimately thinking that she's sharing, but it's sharing to the wrong place.
Exactly.
Okay.
So good. I think that'll help you out a little bit too.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often, but there has been a couple times where I've had, I'm like, I didn't see your share, but I was trying to be nice about it, but I didn't know if there was a better approach to that. But that's good what you said, Christopher, about also, this is our business, we need to have integrity, that kind of thing. So when you share, please say that, please really share.
Right.
To get entered in the drawing.
And definitely it's about integrity. If that customer came to you and said that this chain was broken, when she brings it to you, yeah, you can see that the chain's broken, but are you necessarily going to trust her that the chain just broke, or that she was maybe playing with it? You know, was the chain broken when you got it? That's the question, you know. And if you're not going to be accountable for sharing with me, how do you think I'm going to be able to hold accountability that you haven't lied to me when it comes to a piece of $5 jewelry?
Correct. That's good. Yep.
Well, good deal. I think that this was a productive Friday night. Since it is Friday night and this is one of our latest nights, we're already into it for 2 hours. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up for tonight. And then, you know, tomorrow is our 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Libby, are you in the notification group for when we go live on Zoom? And Samantha, would you like me to add you? Okay, I'm adding Samantha. I'm going to check and see if, let's see, remember, oops. Let's see if Libby's in there. Yep, I have Libby. Okay. So add Samantha. Where is, oh, that's right.
I just added her, Chris.
Oh, did you? Okay. Thank you.
You
Awesome.
betcha.
Thanks.
Sure thing.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up then, unless anybody has anything last minute they want to talk about.
No, I should really get to bed since it's midnight.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Wow.
Libby, how are you doing, honey? You okay? I think she might have forgot she's still here. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end this with a prayer, if you don't mind. If you want to stick around for it, that's great. If you don't, that's not a problem. I won't be upset. But dear Lord, I just come to you with my friends and family here in Paparazzi, and we just ask that you continue to enrich our development in this business and in our own lives. We ask you to open up our hearts and our minds to new thoughts and new habits. We ask you to let us recognize good habits between bad habits and good habits. Let us recognize, excuse me, Lord, let us recognize what our income producing activities on our daily modes of operations, rather than the things that cause us to procrastinate or push our businesses or our lives off, Lord. Let us enjoy and receive favor in all things that are good. And let us work in genuinely becoming good ourselves. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
All right, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye. Have a good night, everybody.